Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing great. So welcome to Vet It's You YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about development of integumentary system. So first of all, what is integumentary system? It is basically the multi-layered covering of the body and mainly composed of skin, hairs and the nails. It have different functions as it provide a protection from the mechanical objects, regulate the body temperature, sensory perception as well as excretion of some waste product. So basically integumentary system है क्या एक multi-layered covering body की that is mainly composed of skin, hair and nails and have different function as it protects from the UV rays, regulates the body temperature, sensory perception that it helps to respond to a particular stimuli and excretion of some waste product. नोट करने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है the whole complexion of the integumentary system is depend on the presence of melanin. So melanin क्या होता है? It's a skin pigment and the whole integumentary system depends and revolves around the melanin pigment. Now moving forward, we will deal with the development of skin. So the skin development takes place together with the help of ectoderm and mesoderm. The skin is overlined with the help of epithelium that is derived from ectoderm and the dermis which lines under the epidermis is derived from mesoderm. So basically all the three ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm are the germ layers and together with the ectoderm and mesoderm they will give rise to the skin. So basically now the skin is overlined, skin is covered with the help of epithelium that is derived from ectoderm and under the epithelium there is a layer of a dermis that is derived from the mesoderm. Now moving to the next, we will discuss about the epidermis. So epidermis is the layer of the skin that is derived from the ectoderm. So initially during the development of embryo, the covering of embryo is done with the help of epidermal layer. So this epidermal layer consists of single layer of cuboidal cells and these cuboidal cells with the time divides into the two. Superficial layer that is also known as periderm and the basal layer that is also known as germinative layer. Now the basal layer will undergo to the further division and give rise to the intermediate layer that results in the multi-layered covering of the epidermis. Now यहाँ समझने वाली बात ये है कि during the development stage of the embryo, the covering of the embryo is done with the help of epidermal layer and this epidermal layer is just composed of single layer of cuboidal cell and this layer is further divided into the two. First one is superficial जिसको हम periderm भी कहते हैं and another with the basal layer जिसको हम germinative layer भी कहते हैं and gradually with the time as the development of the embryo progresses the basal layer will divide into the intermediate layer and lead to the multi-layered covering of the embryo with the help of multi-layered epidermis. Now moving forward, as the development of the embryo progresses, the basal layer will divide into the 5 typical epithelial layers. These are stratum basal, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum and stratum lucidum and stratum corneum. So now as the epithelium differentiates, the superficial layer that is known as periderm will shed and leads to the cessation of exchange of water between the epidermis and the amniotic fluid. ना यहाँ पे समझने वाली बात यह है कि जिस तरीके से एम्ब्रियो का डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्रेस होता जाएगा तो नाउ द basal layer will also differentiates into the 5 typical epithelial layer. So ये epithelial layer कौन कौन सी है? Stratum basal, spinosum, granulosum, lucidum, corneum. अब क्या होगा ना, जो epithelium की superficial layer होगी that is periderm, it will also shed off and जिसकी वजह से the exchange of the water between the epidermis and amniotic fluid will also cease. So कहीं ना कहीं हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जब तक epithelium की superficial layer periderm इंटैक्ट थी तब तक तो वाटर का एक्सचेंज हो रहा था एपिडर्मिस और एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड के बीच में, लेकिन एज सून एज इट शेड्स ऑफ द एक्सचेंज ऑफ वाटर इज सीज्ड. Now as soon as the superficial layer of epithelium that is periderm is sheds off leads to the cessation of exchange of water between the epidermis and the amniotic fluid leads to the accumulation of urine in the amniotic sac. नाउ समझने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है कि जब पेरिडर्म द सुपरफिशियल लेयर ऑफ द एपिथेलियम डिग्रेड्स, वो डिग्रेड हो गई, देन द एक्सचेंज ऑफ द वाटर बिटवीन द एपिडर्मिस एंड द एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड इज सीज्ड ऑफ, जिसकी वजह से जो यूरिन था ना वो एमनियोटिक सैक में कहीं ना कहीं जाके एक्यूमुलेट होने लगा. Now moving forward with the further development of the epidermis, it will lead to the contribution of different population of cell that is found in the skin. First of all, that is melanoblast. So melanoblast cells derive from the neural crest and migrate to the underlying mesoderm and later move to the basal layer of the epithelium where they differentiates into the melanocytes and which synthesize the melanin pigment. नाउ समझने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है कि विद द टाइम द एपिडर्मिस लेयर विल ऑल्सो डिफरेंशिएट एंड लीड टू द एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट पॉपुलेशन ऑफ सेल दैट इज फाउंड इन द स्किन. सो सबसे पहले सेल जो स्किन में पाए जाते हैं दैट इज मेलेनोब्लास्ट. सो मेलेनोब्लास्ट आर डिराइव फ्रॉम द न्यूरल क्रेस्ट, differentiates into the melanocyte and that will lead to the production of melanin pigment, that is the skin color pigment. Now the another cell that is derived from the epidermal proliferation is the Langerhans cell, which basically derived from the bone marrow, are one of the monocyte macrophage lineage, and Langerhans cells act as the antigen presenting cells for the T lymphocytes and are the component of the immune system. तो नेक्स्ट सेल इज द लैंगरहैंस सेल. तो लैंगरहैंस सेल्स कहाँ से आए? बोन मैरो से, एंड दैट विल अल्टीमेटली हैव इन द इम्यून सिस्टम. सो पहले सेल कौन से थे? मेलेनोसाइट, जो मेलेनिन बनाते थे, दैट इज द स्किन पिगमेंट. नेक्स्ट वन इज द लैंगरहैंस सेल दैट विल हेल्प इन द इम्यून सिस्टम. The next cell that is derived from the epidermis proliferation is the Merkel cell, which migrates to the basal layer and act as a sensory cell with the nerve-free endings. So basically it detects the tactile stimuli and changes in the contact pressure. So अभी तक हमने तीन सेल देखे. फर्स्ट वन इज द मेलेनोब्लास्ट जो कि मेलानिन पिगमेंट को सिंथेसाइज करते हैं. Second one is the Langerhans cell that will help in the immune system, and the next one is the Merkel cell that will help us to detect the stimuli. Now note करने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है कि the exfoliated peridermal cells form part of white greasy cheesy substance that is known as Wernicke caseosa, which covers the fetal skin. It will help to facilitate the birth as well as protects the developing skin from the constant exposure to the amniotic fluid. So basically जो peridermal cells थे that was degraded or the shed of before, they will convert into the Wernicke caseosa, and just because of the cheesy or the greasy nature, it will help in the birth as well as protect the skin of the developing embryo from the amniotic fluid and with its urine content. Now moving to the next, we will discuss about the dermis. So dermis is a layer of the skin that lies under the epidermis, derived from the mesoderm and divides into the two layers. First one is the superficial papillary layer composed of loose connective tissue and underlying thicker reticular layer that contains the dense irregular connective tissue. Now moving forward, what is hypodermis? So the layer below the dermis is known as hypodermis, composed of loose connective tissue that help the skin to anchor with the underlying structures. Hypodermis is not present in particular regions like lips, cheeks, auricle, and in its absence, the dermis attaches the skin to the underlying structure. सो अभी तक हमने देखा द लेयर दैट ओवरलाइंस द स्किन इज एपिडर्मिस. एपिडर्मिस के अंदर कौन आती थी? डर्मिस. एंड डर्मिस के अंदर कौन आएगी? हाइपोडर्मिस. सो हाइपोडर्मिस इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ लूज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू और इसका मेन फंक्शन क्या होता है? टू एंकर द स्किन विद द अंडरलाइंग स्ट्रक्चर्स, एंड यूजुअली इट डजंट फाउंड इन द एरियाज ऑफ लिप्स, cheeks, eyelids and auricles of the ear, anus, and during its absence, the function of anchoring of the skin to the underlying structure is done with the help of dermis. Now moving to the next, we will deal with the development of hair. So the primordial structure from which the hair develops arises during the early fetal period when the epidermis is composed of three layers. So the proliferation from the basal layer of the epidermis, which projects into the mesoderm, forms the hair buds. As the hair bud extends into the dermis at an oblique angle, an aggregation of the mesenchymal cell known as a hair papilla. Now the epidermal cells of the bird grow around the hair papilla like an inverted cup forming the hair bulb. So देखने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है कि the primordial structure from which the hair develops start when the epidermis is just composed of 3 layers. So rest of the point we will discuss in a flowchart form. So just please continue. So as you all know, the epidermis is divided into the 2 layers. First one is the superficial layer, that is also known as the periderm, and another one is the basal layer. So this basal layer and its solid proliferation will move into the mesoderm and lead to the formation of hair buds. So now the hair buds will extend to form the hair papilla, and the epidermal ingrowth with the help of hair papilla forms the hair follicle. So now as the inner layer of the epidermal cell proliferate and give rises to the hair shaft as well as the epithelial root sheath, which is also known as germinal matrix. Now with the continued proliferation of the basal cell force the hair shaft towards the surface of the skin from which it subsequently projects. नाउ अब क्या हुआ कि जो एपिडर्मल सेल्स थे उन्होंने प्रोलिफरेशन करा एंड गिव राइजेस टू द हेयर शाफ्ट एंड द जर्मिनल मैट्रिक्स, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंटिन्यूड प्रोलिफरेशन ऑफ द बेसल सेल द हेयर शाफ्ट विल मूव टुवर्ड्स द सरफेस ऑफ द स्किन एंड ग्रेजुअली प्रोजेक्ट्स. नोट करने वाली बात यहाँ पे ये है कि द लेगिनो हेयर आर द फर्स्ट हेयर दैट डेवलप्स फ्रॉम द प्रीनेटल हेयर फॉलिकल्स. दे आर फाइन, सॉफ्ट एंड लाइटली पिगमेंटेड. This was all about the development of hair, and you can relate the development with these pictures. Now moving forward, we will discuss about the difference between the sebaceous gland and the sweat gland. So the sebaceous gland are the pear-shaped gland. The mode of the secretion is the holocrine. They usually found in the skin and absent from the muzzles of the cattle, the snouts of the pig, the foot pads, claws, horns, and also from the teats of the cow. Now talking about the sweat gland, they are of 2 types. First one is apocrine and the next one is the merocrine. So the apocrine glands are the principal sweat glands found in the skin of the domestic animal, which are covered with the hair, and the secretions are of viscous type. Now the next type is the merocrine gland. In the domestic animals, they are confined to the foot pads of the carnivorous, equine hoofs, porcine snouts and the bovine muzzles. That's all for the development of integumentary system. I hope you like it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel Vet It's You. Thanks for the watching. An initiative by Ankit Kaushik.